Ha ha. Yeah, y'all. You on point, Tip?
All the time, fight.
There we go. We working.
What's happening? It's your boy Collar Pod, son. Here with a little paint where it ain't. Little seasoning with some reasoning. I'ma tell y'all straight up. We ran a little behind because of me. Messed up some of the technical type stuff, but we got it fixed.
I don't think that's because of you, though.
Well, it happens, and it's okay. But I want to applaud you on being early, brother. You know, I always be on your head about being late, pause, but you got here early today, man. I appreciate that. You feel me?
Big pause.
Yes, indeed, man. So what's happening with you? What's going on?
Slow motion, you know. I appreciate you doing the show a little early today. I got to go celebrate life. You know, my granddaughter turned 6 today. We in the building.
Okay, shout out.
Things like that. So we had to do this a little early.
Okay. I have a little shindig, a little,
yeah.
little
You
gathering.
Look candy and nasty ass kids. You know what I mean?
Better you than me, brother. Better you than me. Either way, man, what's been happening with you, man?
Oh, man, let's start with last night. Shout out to our in-house DJ.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Our in-house DJ.
Man on the ones and twos.
Man was on the ones and twos last night. I don't know who got to see it. I put in the group to go to Crespo's main page to see it.
Right.
Put on a hell of a set last night.
Yes, he
Shout
did.
out to the Spos.
Yes, indeed. We're going to get them on here one time.
Yeah.
Get them to do a set for us, you know what I'm saying? We like to put the little folk on. They're going to be big folk.
Young people. How about we say
young? Yeah. Get the young folk on because he going to do his thing.
Absolutely. He going to be in somebody's club in Miami, then Australia.
Yeah.
He going to be all over. Doing his thing.
And he looked like he was at home with it,
too.
Yeah.
He had fun with it last night.
he was at home with it.
Crespo couldn't sit down. We were trying to go live, but, you know, me and Crespo in our 40s, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know what we was doing.
It's all good, though. Yeah, man. What else you got, brother?
Other than that, man, you know, I've been staying out the way, man, you know.
That's what's up.
You know, just looking at a lot what's going on around us. Just I've been people watching a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Is that right?
And I don't know if you see me put in the group. I think it was yesterday that I've never seen a woman with her phone in her hip. Like, I've never seen that.
Yeah,
like, you know, of course you got, you know.
Right. Folks that like the same thing we like.
The studs. You know what I'm saying?
Like
women, you know, they do it. But I've never seen a woman just walk around with her phone in her hip. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, usually they get their purse.
I had never seen it. I was like, damn. Like, okay. You know, people thought I was, you know, had influence in my thought process. You know, I was straight. You know what I'm saying? That ain't had nothing to do with it. But then, you know, just stuff like that I was looking at, man. Just like, dang, I ain't never seen. There's things I ain't never seen. Like, you know, in the Fast and Furious, they ain't never stopped and got no gas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they did.
You know, things like that. I was just, you know, I had a long week.
That ain't entertaining, stopping to get gas. It is here in Atlanta because you might have somebody roll up on you.
Yeah, I mean, you need to get
you get a whole new movie
that's what I'm saying.
just at the gas station.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, I see the government, man, they going after her, man. I seen that. Fanny.
Yeah. I see they suspended it already. Well, not suspended it, but they say they're going to push it back until her stuff is clear.
Until she done with
And that was the goal.
Oh, yeah. They had a distraction. They needed a distraction.
Right. To try to get him to try to delay all his stuff so they can try to get to the election.
Yeah.
Because if he gets in office, then he ain't
got to answer for it. Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Good old government. But
yeah, they set that up.
It's just amazing how many people in today's society just don't accept truths. Like they just gonna go with a line and just be like, "Well, that's my guy. I'm going with him."
But we all do it though,
to a certain extent.
In politics,
in politics,
we all do it. So I do it in real life because you know you're wrong, but you my guy. We'll talk. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about it later. Why are we here? Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Talking about politics or some things that we never really see. I was just scrolling through my little news feed, and in Kenya, there is I'm just gonna call it a massacre going on. It's called a femicide. What's happening is the women are getting killed at a crazy rate over there.
Okay.
And just in the month of January, they found 10 women killed already. It's been 46 that died in from 2022 to 2023, and been 75 total within a year of just young black women. And what's happening is these women are just going out with men. They're just going out with men, and the men are just, if something happens, they don't like it, they just kill the women, and they feel like the government ain't doing enough to prosecute these men. And so also when I was looking at it, I was like, well, what's bringing this? What they also said is that over there, it's almost customary to watch a man berate a woman or physically harm a woman in public. They said it's almost like the man showing love to this woman. And they said now it's just getting to the point to where the men feel like if they don't like it, they could just kill it and kill a woman, and the government ain't doing nothing to really prosecute these folks. I just want to get eyes on that situation because it was alarming to me, especially the way we try to uplift our black women here. And these are stories that should be nationwide and get eyes on it all over the world. So I just wanted to speak on that.
Okay, I'm not saying it's right, but I am saying it's the culture somewhere else. You know, I was talking to the guy at work. He's from overseas. He's an African man, mm-hmm. And he was saying about dating young women and things like that. He was like, over there, it's not a crime. Right. You know what I'm saying? Versus here, it is a crime to date an underage young lady. But he said over there, it's part of their culture. That's what they do. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we're taught over time, that you don't put your hands on women, whatever. Mm. But I can't argue their culture. That's their culture. Like if that's what's going on over there, it's change needed. Yeah, but who am I to say if I was born over there, I would look at it like it's okay to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's the thing. I believe they're at that tipping point to say, okay, that is our tradition, our culture, but it's wrong. And we need to change it because now we got bodies popping up.
Then their government needs to step in.
Level.
Yeah, their government got to step in on that.
So, I think that's pretty much where they are with that. Yeah. I didn't even get to hit my news button, but I'm going to hit it anyway. That was one of them.
All right.
Another situation, a Jackie Robinson statue was stolen and just destroyed at a youth camp in Wichita, Kansas. They actually got the guys on camera. I mean, I don't know how you steal this. It was a big bronze statue. It was a beautiful statue of Jackie Robinson. They cut it off at the ankles, put it in a truck. They found it 2 days later, burned up and crushed up and all this and that. So they said they're still investigating it. Luckily, once the story got out, MLB got involved, and I think they were saying it would cost like $50,000 to get it replaced. MLB put in like 120 or something like that. So they say they're working on getting it done. But I say all of that to say, man, it's a lot of hate in this world. More so here in our nation, people tend to believe that racism doesn't exist. Nikki Haley out here with the foolishness, saying that racial discrimination didn't exist, here in the States. Understand it's real. Understand they're out there. They're in certain pockets, and now they're getting real confident about their racism and coming out and doing it in little slick little ways. So just be vigilant out there and understand that they still out there. And you got to do what you got to do to make sure you and yours are safe, man. What you got on that?
Rebuild a statue. Lately we just got a lot of historical things getting violated. Martin Luther King, You know what I'm saying? Now you talking about Jackie Robinson. I mean, just rebuild it, put something around it. Unfortunately, it's gonna mess up your pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like they put a gate up around the Martin Luther King home, so you can't get that close to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Eventually, a lot of things gonna go that way because it costs a lot of money, man, to rebuild them things. You know what I'm saying? And then it kind of lose the value from the first one. So rebuild it and move on, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as they rebuild it, it's you know what I'm saying. I'm with it, but if they just let it go away, then I'm gonna say it's an inside job.
Yeah, they're gonna rebuild.
You know what I'm just saying.
They're gonna rebuild. They already got the money.
Yeah, they be like, we can't do nothing about it. Yeah, inside job. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna rebuild it. Another quick thing I want to throw out there is I don't even consider this news, but I'm gonna throw it in the news. Snoop Dogg came out a few years ago, and he was talking about how he didn't like Trump, don't support him. He pointed out all these things about why you shouldn't support Trump and things of that nature. And just recently, he came back out and he was saying, "I got nothing but love and respect for Trump." These things came on the heels of him getting his homeboy pardon. Right before Trump left, he got his homeboy pardon. And I want to shout out to Styles P. He made a post a while ago, where he was just telling people, stop idolizing these celebrities. Stop trying to follow behind them and believe in everything they do and they say. Live with your truths. You know what I mean? And this is one of those instances because I feel like when things lean your way, regardless to who is helping you, you tend to lean in that way, even though you know that person ain't good for the overall cause or whatever your cause is, or again, because you're a celebrity, your cause might be a little convoluted, but everybody follow behind you. This is one of those cases where I feel like you can appreciate somebody's art, but you don't have to believe in everything they believe in. And for Snoop to kind of switch sides like that because he helped him in one instance versus Trump's overall idea of what he wants to do with the country is real messed up.
He back what was important to him. Is Snoop a politician? Snoop got to be one of the most famous people walking the earth. Like that's just what it is. But do I go to Snoop for political advice or how you feel? Like I don't look for Snoop for that. I look for a song.
Right.
And I'm just wanting to keep it in that pocket. You know what I mean? Like some things I can't, look past, some things I can. I mean, did Snoop make a deal with Trump to get him out? Did he have to come out and say something public? You don't know.
Right.
It could be if I do this, you got to say something nice about me. And then Snoop say, yo, I got to get my mans out. I can do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we going to forget that Snoop said that.
Yeah. Just like when Weezy got out and he went and did the whole
right. And we forgot about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I ain't going to pass no judgment on Snoop for that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's people that do a lot of things around me that I don't agree with, but I understand why they did it. And I just, that's them.
Yeah, I'm a little different on that.
People reasons is what their reasons are, man. I can't throw a stone at you, you know what I'm saying? They don't tell them what's in my house.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean
I respect that.
That's you out here just boxing, heads. I'm like, come on, dog, you gotta relax. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't doing that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We ain't doing that.
I mean, in that situation, I don't know what I would do if you was locked up.
Okay.
And I had a chance to get you out.
Get you out. Okay.
I don't know what
I can take that perspective.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I do.
Right.
So I mean, if all they telling me to do is, hey man, just give us a public service, and you get out.
Right. Because at the house it's like, man, you home.
Right.
Up that dude.
Right. If I, because I could still say that. It's still going. It's all about when I do in that booth. You know what I'm saying? Which is between me and the booth. So I mean,
I give you that. That's a good point.
That's chess. You know what I'm saying? But actually, that's checker. It's kind of light, but yeah. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for the news. I do have something I want to talk about. Something that happened to me personally
Okay.
Couple days ago at the house, we sitting in the house, we hear some folks arguing and fussing. So I'm in my own world looking at YouTube, just scrolling, looking at certain videos or whatever. And a girl, she's like, "Oh, you don't hear them out there fussing?" I was like, "Nah, I don't pay attention to that stuff."
Right.
So it's been like an hour now.
Right.
So now I see, she was like, "Look, the car drive down the street." So a car flies down the street.
Right.
We see the girl chasing behind the car, throwing the sign at it. So I'm like, what the hell? Okay, so now I'm paying attention.
Right.
Car comes back up, goes back to this house. Now, mind you, this house, the lady that originally lived there, a nice older lady, she passed away about a year and a half ago.
Lady go.
Right. Sweet lady. And so after she passed away, the house sat vacant for about 6 months. They came, redid everything, cleaned it out, whatever. 2 young ladies moved in. They was there about 2 months, and then they left.
Okay.
After that, the house was vacant for about 6 months.
Okay.
So up until recently, we didn't see any activity at that house. And then after Christmas, we saw Christmas ornaments on the door. Mm-hmm. The Christmas ornaments are still on the door. So when Shannon walked, she goes out and walks. She said, "I always see these lights, but I don't never see no cars over there." I said, "I think it's some squatters over there." I said, "I think it's some folks that come over there when ain't nobody around or whatever." So that's kind of like the backdrop on the house.
Okay.
So now these folks out here fussing and arguing. So next thing you know, she was like, "Well, I'm finna go out here and see what's going on." So I'm already like, just don't walk down there. So she just walks across the street where she can see it. She calls me on the phone and it's like, "Oh, her titties out and everything. They fighting. So I was like, "All right, let me get up and get out here." I was trying to see. Nah, I wasn't trying to see titties.
You was trying to see titties. That's why she told you. That's how she get you outside.
So, but at this point, and I'm already dressed, getting ready to go to work, and then I hear glass break. That's when I said, "All right, let me hurry up and get out here." So I get my stuff, run outside. By the time I get out there, they done left. So now in my mind, my thought process is the regular Sean, old school Sean, is just like, "Man, I'm good. I ain't got nothing to do with me." Okay. But I'm also looking at now this whole front window on this house is broken out. Okay. And I know that the house is supposed to be vacant. So now I'm looking at my neighborhood. So what I do, I call the police. I call the police, tell them the situation. It wasn't an emergency. They didn't show up to 4 hours later. Yeah, I'm not lying. They showed up 4 hours later. And even when they showed up, they didn't come to my house. They came and sat on the side of the house and was like, so when she went out and approached the cop, she told Shannon, she approached the cop, told him that, what happened. And he was like, "Oh, yeah, I was just sitting here to see if they were going to come back." So, of course, they didn't come back. She told him what happened, this and that. And for me, that whole situation became more of, I guess, a coming of age to where I felt like, okay, usually I just wouldn't care. It's hood nigga shit and leave it alone. But I felt like at this point I care more about my surroundings and my community, that I felt like, and I felt weird calling the police, but at the same time, it was like, nah, this needs to be done. And then I feel like I got to make sure she okay too. I don't want nothing to happen to her while I'm out of the house.
Nosy, right? She might go down.
Right, out of the house. So now I need to do what I need to do to protect her.
Okay.
So that was just a little story that I want to throw out there. And you got something to say on that real quick?
No, this your neighborhood, bro. I mean, I'm surprised y'all even got that. Ain't nobody even outside.
Right, and that was the whole thing. Like, this is a very, I could tell you that I order Amazon stuff and it could sit out there for a week and nothing ever happens. Yeah. So for something like this to happen, like, times is changing and I'm ready to attack the situation to make sure I'm able to keep my serenity.
No, you the king around here. How paid for cash.
So, but in saying that, it does tie into a real story. Also in South Fulton, they just found a house with people with human trafficking. They said this house was being rented out. The neighbors had been calling the police because they saw a whole lot of activities, a whole bunch of parties and stuff going on throughout. I don't know how long they had been there, but they said it was just ridiculous. So this particular time, I think this was Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, shots was fired. Somebody called the police. Police show up on time. They were still in the backyard shooting at each other. In the backyard. So the cops show up. They shut all that down. That's when they went through the house. They arrested like 20 people. Age range from 16 to 40. Mm-hmm. Most of them women, young girls, and this and that. And so they put it under human trafficking. And this is a small, quiet neighborhood. And I think it would have been unnoticed if everybody would have just minded their business like we tend to want people to do, is mind their business. But I think also when you feel like you're vested in a community, you're going to do what you got to do to make sure the stuff is taken care of when you're out there. So,
I mean, this is your community. Like, this is where it starts. You start with this community to go over to the next block. Start on your block, and then it move over to the next block. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you did the right thing. You got to be careful because you don't know what you're running up against.
Right.
As far as going outside and all that, I think that's a bit much. If you can hear it, you can hear enough where you don't have to put eyes on it and you make the phone call. You know, when you decide you want to go outside, you don't know if people see what house you come out of. You don't know what the retaliation of that could be. You know, I've lost a homegirl who husband witnessed a crime, was going to testify, and house they lived in got broke into and killed both of them in the bed. You know what I'm saying? Shot them to shit in the bed. Shout out to my rest in peace to my homegirl Ramey. That was happening years ago, but you know that's the result of when you decide you want to put your, you know,
be visible,
yeah, like you gotta watch how you do things and how you move, you know. So I get it. Just be careful. That's all I ask. Just be careful.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been a little bit of activity going on.
So tell you know what I'm saying, your partner, man. Hey, man, don't go out there no more, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, some folks think they, you know.
I mean, that's cool, but you ain't here all day. You don't know if people watch your movements and all that. Like you gotta be mindful of what you're doing. That's some, you know, things I learned in the concrete. You know, some of us, you know, Rancho Cucamonga, we might not have been in the concrete. You know what I'm saying? You know. Yeah. But it is what it is. Just be careful, man. I don't want to see nobody get hurt. Even doing the right thing, I don't want to see nobody get hurt because everybody ain't taking it the same way. Right. And that's real.
Yeah. Moving on. Let's talk about the All-Star game real quick.
Hold on. Remember, I was telling you all week I've been in my thoughts, right? Before you get to that. All right. And I started thinking about what's the toxic stuff I like in women. There's things I can't do without. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really was thinking about it. Like, people be like, I don't want no toxic. Everybody likes something about somebody that might not be right, but you like it about them.
Right.
And so I started thinking about that, dog. And I really gave it some good thought. Like, that could make or break things for me. Like, yeah. Like, it's some things that I need. Like, I need it a little off. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she all, you know, Mayberry and things like that, it's not really, boring. I'm not going to be riding with that. Yeah. You know, I need her a little, like, she scared me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I started thinking about stuff like that. Like, damn, like, I started trying to write them down. I was like, no, let's get into a fantasy thing. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, what toxic things in women do you, or just in people, period, that make up your circle? You know what I'm saying? Like, it could, a lot could go into that. Like, everybody know the things they can't deal with, but what's the things that you take that might be toxic? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you got to have a nice balance.
I started thinking about that. Like, damn, am I the problem? You know what I'm saying?
No, I think that's a realization that everybody has that they just don't vocalize.
Yeah.
Because I've dated women that were just nice.
That's what I'm saying.
And I was bored.
I
was bored. And I was like, I can't even tell you why I don't want a relationship with you because you're nice and you're sweet.
Shout out to the homie Kwame, though.
Kwame, what's happening? You're nice and you're sweet, but it's nothing there pulling me in. Then like, you get somebody that just be like,
that's over the top with it.
Where you at? What the?
Yeah, you don't want that either.
Man, you need to calm down.
Right.
But then you want somebody when you walk in the house, oh, you just gonna walk in here like that?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
gonna say nothing?
I need a little something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
This what we doing?
Like, don't hit on the ass or something. She got an issue with that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'd be like, you know what? You right. Let
Yeah.
me hit this ass. You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
it keeps you interested. Though.
Yeah, but
it keeps you interested. I wouldn't go as far as to say toxic though.
Oh no,
I think you went far.
Nah, hell nah.
I'm not with the toxicity.
I need like if
to
an argument break out, I need it to be a little verbally violent. You know what I'm saying? I need that because that's the only way I'm probably gonna listen. You know what I'm saying? Like if she, let's sit down and talk about it and I'm all upset, she gonna piss me off because I'm all upset and she giving me this Mayberry voice. I need, like it's weird, but I don't need her as bad as me, but she gotta be on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like show me that you love me. You know what I'm saying? Like I start thinking about stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like she, a retail, what they call them, people that getting bad moves and they go shopping and shit like that, and then they take it all back. Like what's the other people?
I don't know what they call that.
Retail therapy or whatever they call it.
Yeah,
yeah. Like I like that kind of shit. Like you a whole bunch of packages. Like you just wasted all your time. Now you about to send all this shit back. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man, but that whole just very peaceful. It ain't me. And I was what happened was I was looking at a post that was like the man, you might not be the problem, man, just he likes certain things and you could be great but just not for him because the things he like you don't have, and some of that shit might be toxic but for him, it's not because that's what he used to, and you like I'm nowhere near like that. They
put that more on women when they talk about women dealing with bad boys.
Yeah.
So they say, you get a nice dude, and you don't want him.
And I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Just it's certain things that I need that shit.
You a good one because I can't go with the toxic stuff, but I need a little edge. I need a little edge. I can't have just a nice, sweet docile. I need a little edge, and even to the point to where I like some buck up at me a little bit. Like, I need you to buck up at me.
Like I know you ain't no TikTok dude. You know what I'm saying? But it was one I seen on TikTok. It was a skit. Everybody using it. When she be like, "Did I ask you what you wanted to do?" And you be like, "Just go upstairs, take a shower, get ready, eat some pussy." Like I like that kind of shit.
I saw that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I like that kind of shit.
Yeah, that's
cool.
I'm good with that.
Right. But
I need
that. You know what I'm saying? Well, some women might not. They might not even use the P word. They might call it the P word. Like I got a homeboy. He said his wife called it the penis. Oh my! I'm like, damn, how that work?
It's a lot of women that do that though.
Like, can I get some penis?
Scared to say dick.
That's terrible, bro. I can't deal with that. No, you can't have no dick. Tallywhacker, whatever we gonna go with.
You need to say it. If you don't say it, then they wish.
Just imagine you hitting the chicken. She be like, "Ooh, I like this penis." You might start laughing or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be terrible.
I'm gonna stop. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, man. It just
toxicity. I'm gonna give you that one. I can't do the toxicity thing, but I hear what you're saying. But nah, bruh. Nah.
I don't know, man.
Since we on the topic of quote unquote toxicity, let's talk about, I think her name is Drea. This chick, she's dating Jalen Green.
Who's that?
Basketball guy.
Oh, Houston
Rockets. He's 21 years old.
Okay.
Her oldest son is 21 years old. So,
yikes.
Yeah, so that was the topic. Like, okay, when women do these type of things, nobody says anything about grooming or, chasing after these young folks. Versus when men do it, it's a whole problem. So the question is, why do you think women don't get that same title?
I mean, it's been a double standard forever. I got a son 21 and you're 21. Let me say this. I know men that date like that. You know what I'm saying? Their daughter might not be, let's say she's 25. Let's say you got a daughter 25.
Right.
And they'll hit a chick 25. To me it's nasty.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or they might not have a daughter at all. So for them to hit somebody's daughter that's 25 and they in their 40s, that's okay with them.
Does that make a difference?
Having a daughter,
that's what I was thinking.
I think having a daughter, it kind of, I got daughters. It kind of gave me a gap to where I was like, I don't want nobody my kids' age, because I know how much they get on my damn nerves.
Right.
Love my babies to death, but they get on my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think I got mine off that. If I didn't have daughters, I've never been attracted to younger women or women. You know what I'm saying? That's never been my thing. So I don't know, but I got friends that they in their 40s, they hit a 25-year-old. Like they like, yo, she grown.
Right.
Who am I to say they wrong? Because she technically is grown.
Right.
Like I hear a lot of my OGs say, I don't want nothing old but a car, and they mean a classic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I mean, so I don't know. I think I ain't mad at the dude if you know what I mean. He's 21, he might like older women. I ain't mad at him for that.
No, we're not talking about him. We're talking about from her perspective.
I mean, she might like a younger man. He's of age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they level, man, is totally different because that's all based around income, dog.
And that was where I was going to go.
That's
with
all
it.
based
because
around
if he was the average 21-year-old dude with a 9-to-5 or in college, I am quite sure and I'm using her specifically because this was about, she wouldn't be dating a 21-year-old guy. But because he's in the league.
So what do we say about women now and that's older? Let's say a woman 55 and she want to date me. I'm 45. Like she might have a kid 40. You know what I'm saying? Or not 40 or just
35,
yeah,
38.
Something like that. 28. Yeah, something like that. Like
I think at the point, like you said, for him, like him being that age, it's like, okay, it's he grown.
Hell yeah. He 20, he gotta be what?
But he could still be influenced.
How old is he?
He's 21.
He 21.
Right. So I think the difference is to your example, I think once you get out of 30, you should have been grown enough or at least experienced enough to where you're not influenced totally by somebody else's goals and relationships and the things that they want to kind of instill on you. Not saying that that's always the case, but you kind of should know. Whereas when you're 21, you're literally just a young adult. So for a 58-year-old woman to date me at 45,
like we grown.
We grown.
Yeah, like we grown.
We grown. So that's a different scenario. That's like if she bring more money to the table and I'm with it, okay, let's do it. Like I'm making a conscious decision based off of I know what I want to do at this point in time, and you're not really going to influence it unless that's what I want to roll with. Versus a 21-year-old that is still looking for themselves, finding themselves, especially somebody like that, and an athlete. It's so many of them. You hear the stories, they don't come out till later after they retire. When you hear the stories of all the stuff that they go through with the women and the stuff like that.
Who to say he didn't pursue her though?
I think she makes a habit of this. I don't think this is the first time she just kind of stays around and dates young athletes.
I mean, who to say she just don't put herself in a big for them to pursue her?
I think that's what she does.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if that's the case, then hell, that's game. I applaud her for that. Does. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, give
because it was another chick that was like at the college games. You remember what?
Yeah, but she ended up. You know, that's you talking about PJ Washington. That's like she had a baby with him and then took all the bread.
Yeah.
This ain't the same lady though.
No, it's not.
This hip hop. This hip hop love of hip.
I never knew the lady, but a lot of people
something
know
like
her.
that. Yeah, but I mean, like Brian do say, men usually do pursue older women to see just where the game at. You know what I'm saying? Like to see if they can pull them.
I know when I was younger, I wanted somebody with a little bit more seasoning.
Yeah, I mean, like so. You know, I didn't want to teach nothing. I wanted a whore. You know what I'm saying? I felt like if I'm 25 and she 35, she should be a whore. Yeah, she should be.
She gonna teach me something.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? That was my whole thing.
And I was gonna get some home cooked meals.
Come on now. She wasn't gonna bother me. Nope. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's all about I don't know, man. Women gonna get the negative and all that, no matter what. If they older, they date younger men. They get the negative. They younger, they date older men.
So you think it's just the double standard?
Yeah,
regardless?
absolutely, man. Like you gonna date who you gonna date. My daughter, she dated one time a dude my age. You know what I'm saying? And he's not around anymore. But I didn't like it, but she's grown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can really tell her. You know, I'm telling you though, he ain't gonna be there for what you think he there for. He ain't there for no love.
He's just you a trophy piece.
Pretty much. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know what to say.
Okay. All right. Moving on. What you got? You got something else? Actually, I got something that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, go
what
ahead.
Was you talking about?
No, you about to talk about the playoffs.
That was quick. That was real quick. I wore my Trey jersey because I think he got snubbed for the All-Star game. His stats prove one thing, and I think I'm gonna say I'm biased because I watch him play, and I watch the attention that the league doesn't give him versus all the other players with his stats. In the circle of his stats, he doesn't get the attention from the league or national coverage, and I think a lot of that has to do with how he handles outside of the court. Like after the game is over, he don't stand around and talk to everybody. He's more of a I'm finna do my thing, and especially if they lose and he off the court before you can get out your seat good.
Right. He's not good for the fans, but he's good for the game.
Pretty good for the game, and I think the league looks at that. Well, he good for the Hawks. I'm gonna say that. All right. He good for the Hawks, but his stats are. And if you watch this guy play night in and night out, you will understand how great of a talent he is. But if you don't watch and you just say, oh, they ain't putting up no Trae Young stats when they comparing all these people in the league and this and that, but he doing his thing. So I just wanted to say, man, keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Trae gonna get judged off wins and losses.
Yeah, and the team ain't that good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially considering the trade that happened that brought him here. Because, him and Luka was what it was.
Yeah.
And star power-wise, Luka, he foreign. He putting up crazy. Their numbers be about the same. You know what I'm saying? But the star power behind Luka is not the same as Trae.
That's Trae. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Both got kind of arrogant attitudes, whatever. But when you ask somebody which one would they rather have,
they're going to say Luka.
They're going to say Luka. And their numbers, like I said, their numbers were almost the same.
Pretty comparable.
Yeah, so, I mean, did he get snubbed always? Like we was talking about, who do you take out to put him in? It's a difference in having good statistics, and it's a different, like look at Westbrook. Westbrook just only player and only guard of some 25,000 points, 25,000 rebounds. Something, he got a stat last night.
Right.
But I remember years when they was getting blowed out and he still was on the court, just stat stuffing. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you can't be in 7th, 8th place and then looking to jump somebody in a higher spot and y'all numbers are almost the same. I look at that. You know what I'm saying? If we going to say, well, their numbers are almost the same, well, something has to break the tie. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's going to be team record. So, I mean, if that's what happened, consider like I said, he ain't the most likable player. You know what I'm saying? Like he a little man, so he do a lot of crying. Sometimes of that he bring that on himself.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You want to be the bad guy, it is what it is.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. But
speaking of sports, since we into it.
Okay. I'm gonna stand back because I see where it's going.
No. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna come in guns a-blazing. You know what I'm saying about my team losing last week. Shout out to the Lions. Terrific season. A lot of us trash talk. A lot of us. We got regulars. Like, we looking for each other. We might pull up on you. If we can't catch you, we got your phone number. And we definitely gonna hit you on the blue app.
Right.
That's all good and dandy. I'm with that. It's the people that don't never talk
that come out the
woodwork. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And last week it was the regulars. The regular Douglas was on the page quick. I didn't even think the players was off the field. My phone was ringing, internet was popping. But then I started looking through it. And you know how like you be looking through stuff and the other stuff pop up?
Right.
It was the people that never talk, or the people that's my team, that I was like, how was that your team?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that too.
You know what I'm saying? It was a bunch of that. We was confused last week. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I really didn't address it then. When I got up the next day, I said, yo, man, half of these cats, man, they don't never say nothing anyway. You know what I'm saying? So why even be bothered? Like, when you get the paragraph in me, I was like, oh, okay, I got you. Like, I even got my homeboy, man. He, me and him real cool, and he don't never trash talk. So when he got in my inbox, I said, dog, you don't never even trash talk. Then I told him that fuck off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he was like, I'm always talking about my team. One thing is when I talk about your team, it's another thing to be in the trash talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then he got his feelings so much without, quietly. So he started posting this story all about his team. So I was like, I want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a way to get up under people's skin. You know what I'm saying? And I even got my boy out here. I ain't gonna do a lot of dropping. I was gonna drop names.
Don't drop no names.
Yeah,
I know who you talking about.
And he from this side of town. Had a lot of his life. He came down here for a minute. He moved to another side of town. Now he all about that other side of town. And I'm like, how does this work? Like,
other side of the country.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then he just don't pick a team. Now he rocking with every team in that state. It was a lot last week. It was a lot. I was just like, you cats is bums to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hated it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, they some good dudes, but if y'all don't get into this arena of trash talk, I'm not the person to start with. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, me and my boy Kerry, dog, shout out to the homeboy Kerry, man. Me, him, and my boy DeMar, man, we have a text message. It's very vulgar. It's very hurtful. But that's what we, that's what we do.
Y'all good with it.
I'm talking about, dog, they went off the field yet. He was on my phone. And then I even talked to him about it. It's a thing of, I'm going to say what I got to say and I'm done. I ain't going to poke you every day.
Right.
Because I understand that's your squad. I ain't watched Sports Center, dog, in 2 weeks. Ever since the day we lost, I ain't got nothing. I don't want to hear nothing.
Right.
Nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm done.
I'm hurt, yeah.
But it was just dumb people. Like, I gave the shout outs to the people that I felt was real fans of these teams.
Right. And
then I also told them I hope that was the last game y'all win.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna keep it going. You know what I'm saying? But it was amazing to me, man. I was just like, I said I should get on the show and get real personal with these cats. But I was like, you know what?
Man.
I ain't gonna do that. I even got a dude, man, he a mime. Oh man, this shit crazy out here, man. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm laughing because I know everybody you're talking about.
And I was just like, dog, you don't even trash talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, so before let me leave him alone before I gotta go pray about it later. You know what I'm saying? Because I know me.
You're taking all the shots.
But I know me though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna have a filter about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna have no filter about that.
This is how I look at it. I look at the psychology of it. And I'm gonna start with Atlanta fans because I know a lot of them are like this. I'm not a trash talker, so I accept reality for what stuff is. For Atlanta sports fanatics, people that move here will dog out the Falcons. Regardless of who their team is, they going to dog them out every single time. And now you're here. That's like going to the beach and saying, I hate sand.
Right.
So I can understand some of that. But in that, you have to also understand that people like, say, Detroit, per se. Y'all are a sports city.
Right.
And y'all have been losing for a very long time. So to get this far, I'm happy for the underdogs. So I was happy for y'all to get that far. And like I said, I used to watch y'all because of Barry Sanders. That's my favorite running back of all time. So at that point, when you're doing good and you're not even talking junk, you just standing your ground.
I'll talk shit.
Well, I'm just saying, even people that that just stand their ground, that stand their ground, now all those Atlanta fans are gonna feel attacked, or all those other fans that stand for their team, they feel attacked.
Right.
So the psychology behind it is that, okay, if my team ain't doing good, and I'm not necessarily talking trash to you, but I know we have a relationship, then, and if my team doing something and I'm posting about it and I'm standing on it and I'm talking about it, I'm going to get shots.
Right.
I'm going to get shots regardless.
Absolutely. Like I said, the regulars, I ain't got no problem. It was these cats. I didn't even know we was friends. I'm I'm like, damn, we friends on Facebook? Like, I didn't even know it.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, damn. But I said, all right.
Oh, goodness.
So, you know what I'm saying? Once I got my stuff together, because I got a text, man. Somebody was like, y'all just like the Falcons. I gave them the F. I gave them the bird. Yeah. You know, the emoji, the finger. I gave them the finger. I was like, damn, I need to apologize. You got caught in a line of fire. Yeah. But I'm like, you got to wait. Like, you don't talk junk like that. So when them people come about, I give them all they looking for.
Yeah.
And I'm be very disrespectful about it. But my people that, you know, my regular dagglers, oh, man, that's what we do. I was just like, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? But it's amazing, man, you know.
Yeah.
I watch Detroit teams. I don't, you know, I know about what's going on with everybody's team, but I watch Detroit teams. I'm a fan of Detroit teams. You know what I'm saying? In Michigan. I don't root for Michigan State. And, you know, it's evident. Ask Darren. He's a Michigan State fan. Yeah. We get him the works. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like when I moved down here, it was different because you got your diehard Falcon fans and it's respected. But then you got, oh, man, I stopped messing with the Falcons, Deion Sanders. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. Like, y'all went to the Super Bowl twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you?
I'm one of them guys. But in all honesty, I believe if I were to move to another state, I'm going to be wearing Falcon stuff hard.
Because that's home.
I'm going to rip it hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But me being here and growing up in it and seeing it and heartbreak after heartbreak, blood pressure after blood pressure.
You got to, because you know what happened? and I'm going to be pointing you cats out that ain't really Falcon fans.
Right.
That's y'all other team. Because y'all rooting for y'all. This is more successful team.
Yeah.
But the Falcons is your other team. If you show up at the parade, I'ma die.
See, I wouldn't do that.
But you got them cats that's gonna go down there, and be like, "Oh, it's about the Falcons." Hold on, bro. I got 12 pictures over here that's showing it ain't always about the Falcons.
49ers.
I'm just Falcon tattoos and 49ers. But you know, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't doing that. A-Town down.
My bad.
But the 49ers is my team. Okay. However you want to play it, player. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is, man. That's all I got. Yo, let's get out of here, man.
Hold on. We got something else? And this was got a little bit more serious that we was talking about. Yeah. We give them about 10, 15 more minutes. Remember we was talking about, I just found out that Tubi was owned by a white man.
Oh, yeah.
Fox.
Yeah. Tubi owned by Fox pretty much.
Rupert Murdoch. And it was brought to my attention by Isaac Hayes III that has his own social media platform. I think it's called Fanbase. Yes, it's called Fanbase. And he was saying that, you know, we give our talents to this company that is owned by this white man with Fox, and they'll turn around and use the money for legislature and laws and things of that nature to keep us down. And when you and I were talking about it, you brought up some good points, and I just kind of want to expound on them a little bit. You know, at what point do you look at everything that you put your energy to say, okay, well, this is going to some white person that I don't know, so I'm not going to put my money or my efforts or my energy into this. How do you move in that lane when you want to be pro people and pro black and pro culture?
Let's use this Tubi thing. Tubi gave a lot of people a chance to be whatever kind of actor, actress, director, whatever producer they wanted to be, because a lot of these movies probably would have never been seen. Tubi came at the right time. Tubi blew up. It's been around for so long, but it really blew up during the pandemic because you ain't had nothing else to do.
Right.
But it's been around so long. You know, it ain't like Tubi's not new. It's just a lot of hood movies, you know what I'm saying, ended up on Tubi when the pandemic dropped because they was one taking them. You know what I'm saying? You had the strike going on with the actors and all
and the
that.
Writers,
the writers, and Tubi was popping. You know what I'm saying? It's some good, some bad with Tubi. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. As far as it's these words they use called a struggling actor, a struggling actress, because they stick to their guns, and I applaud them for that.
Right.
But I also ask you, if because it's owned by Fox, not the reason you're not on Tubi just to get a shot. What's the reason? We had the brother on the show who said there's mad checks on Tubi. He like he ain't tripping. He getting the money.
Right.
Like if that's the goal to get your art out, what's the big deal about Tubi? Like you gotta explain it to me because it's this young lady. She in like, but it might be 12 movies I done seen alone that she's in. She's also a dancer in Detroit because a lot of the movies on Tubi are based out of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Murder, and everybody else. My nephew even got clothes in movies that's on Tubi. Shout out to my nephew with Fresh Den clothing. Where are we going with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I could. Your bills need to be paid, but you don't want to be on Tubi.
It ain't adding up.
Like,
Yeah, it ain't adding up.
like we got everything else, but like I was saying, the young lady, she got like 12 movies on Tubi, dog, and then she's also a dancer in the city of Detroit. Like she's an erotic dancer in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And she does both, and now she got clothes for sale and all this. So she took her brand and made something of it, where a lot of people don't want to do that, the sacrifice to go on Tubi, build a brand, and see your fan base might follow you on that.
Because they feel like they too good for it.
Yeah, like I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So, but as far as him owning Tubi, I mean, what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? Like Byron Allen don't own no. He own the Weather Channel, but he don't have no broadcasting channel for nothing.
Right.
What else? Any other black? Well, who else you know that's that kind of? Oprah ain't putting that stuff on Oprah Network. The Oprah Network ain't putting that stuff on there. So I mean, where are they? What are they supposed to do?
Right. Yeah.
It said, hold on. Does Tubi impact them negatively in the long run? I've watched. Shout out to the homie Essentials too.
Another one.
I've watched so many movies.
I don't
Like,
think when you look at
it's
a
all
movie,
killing. Like it's all.
I don't
so,
think
I mean,
you're
I don't,
looking at it like, oh, this is gonna influence what I do when I walk out.
Like
the
I don't
office.
think. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's like the minor leagues. Some gonna be big, bro. Like for real, like we all got series that we watch where the acting ain't that good.
Right.
It's the sacrifice. Like look at BMF and all these shows. The acting ain't that good. It's a good storyline.
Right.
So that's why we watch it. You know, because all of them basically the same. Grew up poor, got in the drug game. Now I'm the top of the drug game.
Right.
Now I gotta figure out how to stay here. We got 8 different series with the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So why not? I'm giving my people that I know they made it yet. I'm going to tune in and I might watch half, whatever I need to get them their credit.
Right.
I'm going to watch it. I might turn on and leave the room. Yeah. Like, okay, I done seen enough, but I'm going to let it run. You know what I'm saying? To give my people the support that so they can make it to the big screen. They can be on, a movie with Denzel or whoever. Like my man right here, like
Wally.
That was dope. You know what I'm saying? He like, yo, man, I ended up on this, that, and the other, but he started with on the internet with fella.
Country Wayne.
Yeah.
He's still doing some of his videos.
You see what I'm saying? So I mean, yo.
Yeah. I look at it from a perspective of when you get to a certain space. It's all about perspective. I can understand why what was his name? Isaac Hayes the third would say that. Because he has a platform that he's trying to draw us to come to. But then also when Flex said, we create everything, but we don't have access to the funds to get it to that bigger stage.
Right.
So coming from his perspective, I can understand why he would want to say what he said in order to try to pull people over to where he is. Versus, like you said, I got to eat. I got to get my name out here. And this is the only place that's giving me range to get out here and do what I need to do in order to make things bigger for me and push my agenda and push my face that will open more opportunities for me. And that's why I feel like it comes down to perspective of who you're talking to. Like you said, the struggling actor, I need to work. I can't sit and wait for this big script to come out of Hollywood it may never come. I gotta work.
You know what's so, and that you said that Michael J. White.
Right.
Michael J. White got a lot of movies, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Based on, he gonna do some karate in them. 9 times out of 10, he gonna do some karate. Mm-hmm. That's a gift he got, whatever.
Right.
But he don't sit around and wait on motion picture and the other ones and whatever to call them. He might go do a B-list, a C-list movie. Eric Roberts, he rest in peace. He had over 100 movies.
Who?
Eric Roberts, Julia Roberts' younger brother, older brother, one of them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But he had over 100 some movies before he died. If my thing is to tell you this: if you're doing it for the love of the craft, or you doing it for the check,
right?
Like what we doing?
Yeah.
Him owning it, man. Everything else right now is owned by somebody else that you might not like. Because there is no, like you said, a brother say he got a platform. I don't even know the name of it. What is it?
It's fan base.
That's the name of the cable channel?
Yeah.
Or the cable broadcasting?
It's a social media network.
It's a social media network.
Yeah.
Can you post movies on it?
No, I don't think so.
See what I'm saying? Like, you trying to be Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These people making movies. To me, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I'm a shout out to the Tubi actors, man. I'm with them.
Yeah.
Because they could be doing worse.
Yeah.
So
You're
right. I don't know what Denzel was acting like before he made it to the big screen or some of his movies. He might have been on the Tubi level. I don't know.
Believe he been doing it for 30.
That's what I'm saying.
30-something years. So it wasn't like you just
gotta
woke
start
up
somewhere.
And yeah.
Remember? Hey, look how far movies done came. Remember Hollywood Shuffle?
Oh yeah.
Hollywood Shuffle ain't had great actors. It was just a funny ass movie to the Wayans brothers, and I mean everything evolves. Yeah. So maybe Tubi might end up being something that is a launching pad for struggling actors, because we ain't the only ones on there with movies. We got a lot of them.
Yeah.
We got a lot of them.
Yeah.
But we ain't the only ones on there, man.
Yeah. I want to leave with one thing. Actually, it's kind of big though. It's more of the Keith Lee effect. Something happened this week where it didn't work out properly due to people being greedy. He showed up in Dallas.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. He said he was coming to Dallas, and a food truck, a woman that owned a food truck company, wanted him to come. So
big pause, Brian. Big pause. I see that.
What'd he say?
I'm talking about what?
With his shirt off.
Yeah.
We ain't doing that. Wanted him to show up to the food truck. So there was a young lady that does hair. She said, "Okay, I'll do the promo to get him to come out here, and I'll even help you with your truck." So she went out there and she had her brother come out, and it was outside her food truck. So the brother was there. He was charging for haircuts while people was out there hanging out or whatever, and she was helping the lady with the truck. She even printed up T-shirts and went Instagram Live to promote it. Keith Lee, please come down here, this and that. Boom. He shows up. He gets there. He enjoys the food. They record him saying, "Hey, the food is good. I want to tip you $2,000 so people can eat free for the rest of the day. I'm going to tip her $1,000, the girl that got him to come. I'm going to tip her $1,000 to do braids free for the rest of the day. And the barber that's outside, I want to give him $1,000 to give free haircuts for the rest of the day." They agreed on it. Everything happened. So he sent the money. 2 days later, the owner of the food truck kept all of the money. And she came back and said, "Well, I feel like he sent me the money, so I should be able to do what I need to do with the money." So, of course, the young lady that came and helped her, that got all the stuff done, came out. She showed receipts. She showed the video clip of him saying what he needs her to do with the money. And in response, the food truck lady just doubled down and came back, was like, "No, he gave me the money, this and that, boom, boom." And she was real out of line, basically. And then her son was even more disrespectful, just hooping and hollering and going back and forth with the whole situation. And The next day, Keith Lee just came out and was like, hey, this is what I said do with the money. I told him to do this. I told him to do that. Get them folks that money. And so what that does is, I think this is the first time I've heard this happen to where he came and he was blessing people. Because usually just if you show up, not even the tips, if you show up, it brings business to your establishment just because of who he is. This is the first time I've seen to where it kind of backfired to where you had somebody that wanted to be selfish with all of the tips that he bought in. And it made it look real bad. Real bad.
Okay. You gave money to a stranger because you didn't know her. And you was hoping that she had good faith to do the right thing with the money. That was his fault. People could only it only affect her if the people get wind of the story and just shut it down for a minute to humble her out. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably what's gonna happen.
I mean, because like I just said, you got people that might be like, I can't tell that lady to do with that money, but I like the service. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he said what to do. He told her specifically.
Okay, but that don't mean just because you gave me money, you gave it to me, and you was hoping I follow your directions. I don't have to because you gave it to me.
Nah, I can't go with that.
I mean, you got to look at it like, so you looking in a more positive, morality sense. And I'm looking at it in the way of I don't know you, right. Like I'm not gonna get that kind of money to somebody I don't know. I'm gonna walk up to them people and be like, yo, boom, this will take care of everybody for the rest of the day. Boom. And then whatever I give you at the end, what you do with it doesn't matter because I already gave the money up the way I needed to. Like when I want to give a tip to somebody, I don't give it to their manager.
You give it to
I give it to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that,
it's some technical issues with that too, though. So what he does, he sends the money to a certain not like a Zelle, some kind of money transfer, because he doesn't just walk around just with the money. But also the young lady that was serving the food said that after the third person came and they gave him free food, the owner told her to start charging again. So this lady was on some BS as soon as it started, like after he left, because he said he had to leave because they were live and people started pulling in the parking lot. He feared for his safety. So he said he had to go. So that's why he was specific about how he wanted the money divvied up, but he couldn't just sit there and what's your cash out? What's your boom?
He worried about his safety.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Because
did he trash the restaurant or something?
No. Because everywhere he goes, he's dropping at least 5 stacks everywhere he go.
Okay.
So you don't know he said he was in Dallas or anywhere you go, and then all of a sudden all these, because usually when he show up, people don't know.
The Central said he didn't say he feared for his life.
He said for his safety. He did say that.
I don't know. I'm like,
he did say it was a lot of people, but he didn't know about what could have happened in that parking lot. And that's why he say he never keeps money on them. That's why he's mentioned the safety thing, because I don't keep money on me because of the safety reasons. He just said
he always wants to make sure his family is
what's the same thing?
Safe. Come
on. Did I not just say that? Thank you.
I mean, but fear and make sure you're safe is kind of different, though. I like that.
Okay. He wanted to make sure he was safe.
Okay.
Jesus. It's gracious. You freaking June people.
April.
Twins. April. Yeah, I say June. April folk. Y'all Anyway, but yeah, so it was just like, it seemed like she was from the jump already was like, okay, we hit the jackpot. I'm going to do what I got to do, and I'm not going to take care of the people that actually help make this happen.
I mean, it's up to the people now to shut her down.
Yeah.
If they can afford to, because they might get to the point where they be like, I can't be without work. So she went. Yeah. Until that 4,000 whatever come back and hunt her pocket, she going to win. Because the people can control that. Them people can show up for work to get paid, and the people just don't come. Part of the community. This is where your community need to back you, right? And be like, you know what, we don't like that. We gonna shut her down. Will they do that?
Oh, okay. So Josh said she came out and said she was gonna get her money out.
I mean, yeah, it got too big. She was like, "Yo, I'm gonna take a hell of a loss."
Yeah.
For this $4,000.
Yeah. I hope
so I mean, you know, she tried it. Ain't that what your kids say?
She tried it. She said the community wasn't backing her.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. The community didn't back her. She was like, "Yo, I'm gonna lose way more than this $4,000.
Yeah.
So let me go and get this little money out."
And it might put a tarnish on her because now they're like, "Oh nah,
that's the lady. That was the lady trying to steal from her employees.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So
well, no, they weren't her employees.
Oh well,
it was just people helping her out.
It might mess up business.
It's still gonna mess up business. Now she has grown her business.
Yeah,
like that is her business. I don't want to take that away.
It'll be a lot of contractual business probably from.
Yeah, catering. That truck might get shut down. And
you
call this number, come cater the party. Or something like that. But yeah, man, that's all I got, man.
That dude causing havoc around the world.
Hey, he helping a lot of people too. So look at that. You got to look at.
Let me ask you this. If I go to a restaurant and I don't like it, but you do, wouldn't that come down to just how you feel about it? I mean, because he's literally said, "Oh, this food is bad."
But if you're more popular than me,
I just mean
your word is going to be stronger than mine, and that's the way of the world today.
Yeah, but that bad part about that is, like, especially y'all black people, you and Crespo are probably the worst that I know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all will go somewhere, the fork was on the wrong side of the table, you be like, yo, they had no etiquette at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all two are the worst. You know what I'm saying? But I might go in there and be like, oh man, it wasn't that bad, man. It, like, your service was a little off, but it was okay. You know what I'm saying? Or I didn't have an issue that they had. Like, when you go around, you know, criticizing, critiquing people's stuff, man, like we had just a dude in Detroit right now. He went to like White Castles talking about something it's terrible. Don't nobody eat White Castles for the taste.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the places he picked
suck up some liquor. was so
hood rich that he went to. I was like, my man, you didn't go to nothing worth even talking about. You went to where you thought we eat at. He went to a lot of late night, like Asian's corned beef. Shout out to Asian corned beef. They don't open till like 6, 7 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? Because it's on the that side of the spectrum of going out. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, when you criticize people's food, man, you got to realize there's more people that might not feel the same way you do. They just don't get the opportunity to come out and say it. So you got to be careful with that, man. I just look at it as he go around eating. Like, who to say his taste buds and mine are the same?
You're right.
So I'm like, all right.
But if he got that big enough following,
I mean, that's cool. That don't mean I ain't gonna go to a restaurant because he said something. I don't know that nigga. Like, that's just me. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know that nigga.
Right. But then you look at it when you do look at food recommendations. Is it through word of mouth?
You know,
or is it just you just roll by and you say, "Oh, this sign looks good. Let me try it out."
I look at service when I look at these little reviews, so I can get my mind around what I might run into. Because I'm still going, just to get my mind wrapped around what I might walk into. This spot I just went to on Tuesday, all the reviews said it was a wonderful spot. I didn't feel the same way when I left.
Right.
But I ain't gonna get online and be like, "Oh, you people lied, this, that," and I ain't about to do it. My experience wasn't the best, food wise, service wise. They dealt with a large crowd of people, did the best they could with the help they had. But food wise, I wasn't impressed. But I ain't about to trash them because of my experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me, man.
Was that the $38 drink? Sorry.
37. Yeah. And the Crespos was able to afford it. I'm gonna put it out there. But I don't know, man. Look, my favorite spots, man, is hood spots. So I mean,
mine too.
I deal with whatever I deal with. Get my, you know what I say every time I go in? I ain't got no business in here, but I will be here. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
When I walk in, hey Sean, you want?
Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather have that than I gotta wait 8 minutes to get. Yo, I went to this spot last week, dog. I waited a half an hour for a beer. And my food was bad, but all I did was told the Crespos, like, hey man, to me it wasn't worth it. Y'all go out there if you want to. But to me it wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? I left it like that, but I don't know, man.
Well, to each his own, I guess.
Yeah. Don't let Keith take y'all from y'all best spots, man.
Well, you gotta understand that his following gonna follow him. and they gonna go check out.
It's like
spots.
music. Like imagine he's in the music industry. I mean, this CD was trash. Man, somebody might put one in you for the like. You really hurt them people business with that, man. Everybody ain't gonna take it the same. So when you talking about you trying to get your family out of this safely, whatever, hey man. Yeah, I guess you do that review when you leave. You don't do it while you sitting there.
But I mean, at what point do you stop holding people accountable? Because of course, the one he did here, it really focused on the service, and the lack of service that we just kind of deal with. That a lot of us here just kind of deal with.
Yeah, that's crazy that you say that. I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know you're from Detroit, but he wasn't the guy that did the one in Detroit. It wasn't him. It was some other guy. He ain't that crazy. He don't do that shit on.
But
he
the
might
point
have
is,
but you know, now you need National Guards and all that. Like you take a risk when you start criticizing people like that. Like the one thing he did here, I was the one place where they wasn't gonna let nobody in, but since he was who he was,
right,
they opened the door. He earned that. Like you said, he's a celebrity, whatever. Of course, they want a review from him, but you still, you know, your regulars is where you make your money at. He ain't coming back.
Right. So was he wrong for pointing that out? Is the question.
I mean, to me, yeah, because this ain't the first time it done happened to you. You just wanted to talk about it there because there's so many people out there.
Well,
I just feel I don't know the brother. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never watched one of these reviews. I always hear about him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen celebrities pay for nothing or go through the same thing that us common people do. So I mean, I'm used to hearing it. That they get special treatment.
That's the point. Like, if I don't want to go somewhere where I'm only going to get a certain level of respect or courtesy based off of who I am versus me coming to patronize your company. And that's what I think he wanted to point out, that because he told him like, nah, don't worry about it because it's me, don't worry about it. We not going to do that.
I ain't gonna even lie, dog. If I'm coming to your party, you see me at the door, I bet not have to stand in line. That's
relationship.
I'm just saying, but even
that's relationship.
But I'm just
right?
saying, like certain places, I feel the same way. I ain't waiting in line.
Yeah, I get you on that.
You know what I'm saying? So if my celebrity brings that, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm keeping it a bean with you. I ain't got y'all to take that up. Y'all take that up with the owner, man.
Yeah,
I ain't got to do with that.
I ain't on that. I would want everybody.
Man. If that's the case, then our relationship shouldn't even affect it either. Because if I see you 8 people behind, we gonna be cool regardless. I shouldn't be like, well, Sean, come on. I should be like, hey man, you in line right there. You might look at me like, damn, I'm just
because I don't know none of these people at all. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, I'm just saying. So, but they know they have a closer relationship with Keith because they see him on TV than these people in just waiting to get in. Y'all gonna wait to get in anyway.
But we still paying our money green as his, right?
That's true. So, hey man, I am who I am, dog. I ain't never said, yo.
I got it.
If I'm coming to your party and I'm standing in line, I might go home. I'm making a phone call. Hey, I'm outside, dog. I expect somebody to be coming up here in 5 minutes. Be like, yo, so and so and so.
I'm with you with that on relationship. I'm with you with that on relationship. I shouldn't have to, but just patronizing. Nah.
Hey man, if I go to, you ever been to a barbershop?
Oh yeah, my seat always open.
I'm just saying.
Call before I get, hey, bro.
Or you patronize too. What about that dude walk in? He be like, hey man, you gotta get up. I gotta get him right now, cause you know why.
I got Sam already.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, but I earned that, man. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. Well,
that's the perk of being a celebrity, bro. He might not be comfortable with it. Hey man, that's a perk. You want to stand outside? You shouldn't even let us know you was even here. You should have just got in line. So at the point you came to, we out here, but we just gonna stand in line everybody else. Come on, man. You wanted to get in. Because if that was the case,
he sends his family in sometimes.
Don't send nobody. Just go get in line, dog.
Because they know him.
Go sit in line, dog. Go get in line.
They ain't gonna let him get in line.
Dog, hey man, ain't nobody make you walk in nothing, bro. Go get in line and just wait. If you don't want nobody, you don't want no special treatment, don't send your family to warn nobody about nothing. Just go get in line. Period.
That ain't gonna work with him.
Hey man, yes it will. Because if you come outside and like, come on in, like, no, dog, I'm in line right here. Respect that in me.
Right.
Now if I'm the owner, I gotta respect that and go back in. I ain't sending nobody to get nobody no warning. If I want to be regular degular, I'm going to get in line, dog.
No. He doesn't send them to give a warning. He send them in to do the orders.
No,
he won't go in. He won't go inside
until they order the food. And then
he won't go inside. Some of them he'll just send them in. They'll get the food, and then they'll come outside and do the food later on.
Come on, man.
Because he doesn't want the special treatment. He wants to go based off of the service that this restaurant is giving, regardless to who you are.
So you want them to bring? I mean, your food should be the same. They might put, hey man, give me my razzle dazzle, dog. I earned that. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, as a regular. That's where the relationship comes in.
But there's some people that's regulars that get that treatment.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I'm fine with the regular.
I mean, hey man,
that's why I said I'm cool with the relationship.
So they eat. So they really they eat in the car or some shit, right?
Sometimes they eat in the car. Sometimes they eat in the restaurant. Most of the time, he just kind of get the food in because he's so popular now. So now he just kind of get the food and he goes eat in the car or they go somewhere else. Oh
man, you pick up and go, dog.
Yeah, so
sit in my restaurant. We might have everybody have a bad day, dog.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like you judging the restaurant off one day.
Well, and service. That's
crazy. We can have a bad day.
Yeah, well, but he's also helped those companies that have that.
What's the one show we Hell Kitchen or something like that?
Hell's Kitchen.
How he come in and watch how they do everything.
Or is that
what? Bar restoration? Yeah. I like the
rescue. Bar rescue. Yeah.
He come in, then he scrap everything, start all over.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we done went over a little bit, but it's all right. Y'all be easy out there this weekend. Got a little bit of nice, I guess, decent weather.
Josh, shut up. Ain't nobody talking to you. We gonna review your product. You know what I'm saying? And your commercials. How about that? Your ads.
We just talking. She send us the stats, then. We'll just send you we'll send you the topics and you send us the stats.
I ain't supposed to know about Keith.
We just having conversation.
My food come out of the kitchen.
Hey man, we love y'all, man. Y'all hold it easy and take care of yourselves out there, man. It's getting tight. The summertime about to roll around. These fools gonna be loose.
Summer bodies, y'all should have started already.
They gonna be loose.
Let's go ahead and get them summer bodies. A lot of y'all, Crespo, hope you got them push-ups together, bro. You fella, I ain't gonna do my dog like that.
You already did.
Oh yeah, guess so.
Late.
You know what I'm saying? Let's work on these summer bodies and stop thinking that men don't like women with BBLs, y'all. They do. They lying.
Them rental cars, man.
And stop thinking that ain't true, man. They talking about they just want to look at her. They want to, if they really wanted just a regular woman at the crib, they got that regular woman, but they still go cheat with the BBL.
And then go back home.
Yeah, but if you don't like it, why you even cheating with her?
Everybody want to drive an exotic car one time.
Now, see, that's y'all problem, dog.
Who's y'all? Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. Do we need to go outside?
You know what I'm saying? My bad. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like,
I get what you're saying.
Cats be lying, man. They like all women. It's just what it is, man. Now, if some of them BBLs, you know, bad jobs, yeah, but somebody like it.
We're going to start the next show with that time.
I'm just, for real, dog.
And we're going to have a young lady in here that we can talk to about.
She gotta have a big ass though. Don't bring nobody with no. You got it done, and we be like, damn, you had work. No, I ain't looking for one of them. I'm looking for that can make some money off that thing.
Like money make.
Because it is an investment to me, man. Like women that do it, man, they doing real well.
I'm hoping it's an investment. So I look at the ones that's like that's over 40 that's getting it.
I mean, people out here 50 getting new teeth, bro. So I mean, I'm just saying, like.
I get it.
Why are we so hard on people trying to improve themselves? Whatever they got to do, they got to do. I don't see nobody in the gym. Like all these people that be trash people with BBLs, man. Go look at yourself naked in the mirror. Who wants you besides the one that downstairs that probably look like you? Hello.
There's a guy.
Hello.
I should have cut it off about 20 minutes ago.
I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying, like he ain't got to work out. Why? Because you don't want to work out.
Oh my goodness.
Let's keep it a bean right here, dog. Let's keep it a bean.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, you want to talk to me?
Hey, Brian said he going to revive his hairline, so y'all be ready for that.
Go ahead, dog. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do.
Hey, man, we going to get out of here, man. We appreciate y'all hanging with us. That chat was off the chain, man. We love everybody that came through there.
John here talking about they fat together. I'm just saying.
John, Brian, Keisha, Crespo, man. We appreciate y'all coming through the chats, man. Anyway, we gonna holler at y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Hold it in the road.